Shalom and good day all, this is the Helam29 back again for another indie comic review. And in this indie comic review for the third week of June 2022, it is King Spawn issue 11. And my goodness, this has been an interesting series. It's definitely got its highs, but it's definitely got its lows. And when I mean its lows, it's in reference to when the storyteller forgets to put in important things that to help hold the story up, and mainly in reference to consistency. And not to say that there's anything wrong with King Spawn, there has been some really good issues, but there have also been some issues that also miss the mark. So I'm going to jump into the next thing, and that is what I like to work on, and that is the cover rating. Does this cover in any way, shape or form connect to something that's happening inside with the story? Sure enough, it does, to which I give it a 7 out of 10. Now the next thing to work on is the internal art, and what's happening with the story with the internal art, to which we'll have a look around the beginning, middle, and of course the end. Time to get started. So this is some of the art around the beginning, to which we're following Spawn himself, and this takes place after his encounter with, I think it's Terry, and we're also learning a little bit as to what's happening also with the character of his wife. Jumping towards the middle, we get some flashbacks as well as what's happening in the present, and we're examining some of Spawn's character as to what he's gone through, and also what these events have actually caused in the Spawn universe. And last but not least, a bit of an explosive end. So for the internal art, I gave it a 6.5 as I felt like it dropped a little bit in quality. Now it's time to move in regards to the area of the story. Now, did we get any comic references to any of the previous issues, or anything in relation to maybe the present Spawn run? None at all, though it would at least be nice to see maybe one or two, just to have it correlate and show a little bit of continuity there. The next thing is time. Like, when is some of this stuff taking place? Like, even in the flashbacks, it would not hurt to include sort of like a bit of a time reference, even if you were making reference of maybe a particular year to which a certain event occurred or happened. It would not hurt to include it. Another thing that wasn't there was locations. And even though we got to see some locations in art format, we didn't really get an indication pointed out in the story as to where some of these events were taking place, including where was this building at the end? Is it overseas or is it in America? Where the hell is it happening? Next thing, the cast of characters. About the only thing that did sort of show up in the story. There was discussion of Spawn's or Al Simmons' wife. Of course, we had Spawn, and last but not least, we also had the character of Terry. This really dropped a lot in regards to rating. I'm still enjoying the story. So the overall story rating is a 6.5 out of 10. It's a pity that it's not higher, and if it had those missing elements in this story, I think it would probably end up maybe getting a 7.5, maybe even an 8. Well, until then, let's keep it colourful and have yourself an awesome day.